All right. Thank you, Gene. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our October/September agenda, Highway Parks and Recreation Committee. Thank you guys for all doing that. I'm not gonna be here next week, so. Yes, that's great. Rather than doing it late, do it early, right?
Yep.
Makes it easier if you've got resolutions.
Yep.
All right. So we've got the minutes, so I need an approval, or a motion for the approval of the minutes, please. Motion and a second, please.
Okay.
Second, thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. All right, so our meetings are approved from September. All right. I don't see anyone here from the public.
No, I haven't heard from anyone.
Yeah, they're advised, so that's good. Of course, and if we do, we always reach out earlier. All right, Ray.
Okay. And we just had a meeting shortly. This one's gonna be short, so
The week makes a difference, huh?
it does.
Mhm.
So, number one, just our normal, highway crews working on trees, resident request list, patching of roads, basin repairs and, drainage projects. So River Hill, we just had to do a rather large, culvert repair. I know I spoke to you, Bill, when we started that. So that was a few days, but that project has been done. A little bit of landscaping is left that we hope to button up by the end of this week if weather holds out for us. Friday looks good, so. A tree, I like the trees, and that is just what residents have called in. We have a couple large trees in the Fieldstone area in the backyard that has been, the person has been calling for quite a while. We've been monitoring them trees, very large oak trees in the backyard where our crews can't reach. Pete is actively getting quotes, to have them taken down. They are in proximity. We feel if they did fall, they would, hit his house, so we have to address the town's land down behind all them properties, and we have no access there, so.
I have discussed these things,
Yeah.
you know, about going forward in the future and being more careful about what land we do decide to take, especially when it abuts in private residences. They, you know, are they gonna evaluate these trees when he gets these quotes? I mean,
So the last windstorm we had and rainstorm, one actually lost a leader. It didn't do any damage, it just fell on the ground, but the guy reported again. And we went over, I did and Pete did as well, and took a look at these trees and they're failing, so. That's a very good indicator when a large leader comes off of something and you can literally go down and look at the leader and tell the condition.
the inside of the tree.
Yeah, the inside of the tree is failing, so. You know, as always, you're kind of put on notice with those things, right? We don't rush out and cut them down, we monitor them, unless they are dead, then we remove them, so. We're to that point, I feel it's probably gonna be costly because one, it's a crane job over the top of the house, something we can't do. So I'm only guessing. I got one quote back that's in the $6,000 range, so that's one of three quotes we're getting.
So something we can try, it can get scheduled possibly even into the after the leaves fall off of the tree, you think? Or
They're off.
they're all-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes over the house or can we ask the homeowner to give a temporary?
They're tight there. They literally go right between the two houses, and there's not much frontage over there. That's
All
so.
spaced together.
Right, so that's, we have also called companies that are climbers, so that may be option B. They climb up and work their way down. There's no way to remove the wood. We essentially leave it lay in the woods.
Yeah.
But it eliminates the hazard to the residents' homeowners, so. We'll be moving forward with that. Hopefully get the rest of the quotes. Number two, tentative hire of a grounds worker. So this situation has changed. I've been notified of a retirement. So typically the retirement is in highway. So people will move up from parks, which will leave us, two vacancies now in the Parks Department as grounds workers, so. So tentatively, one, maybe two, if we're lucky. We still have a few applications left to interview. So,
Some parks.
no, I can do that internally. If it was something moving in parks, I would need a resolution, once they're highway personnel, I can, talk to Janet. I can do that letter and we can do it that way. So, number three, parks crews, as you see, they're in all the parks, mowing, doing cleanup. They'll be switching over a lot of the mowers to mulching blades and vacuums for doing, the leaf pickup and trying to keep our parks in good shape. So just a variety of things, picking up around parks and cleaning pavilions, basis. Number four, yard waste pickup, so the 24, yard waste, loose brush and leaf ball pickup schedule. And it's not attached to this agenda. Pete brought it last time and it was. So it is in this issue of the Journal, which is, I believe, in today's paper. The map is, it will be posted in the Gazette over the weekend. And if Lori would, you, or Jeannie, put it on all our town websites. I think there's one there now, but,
Can Patty send it to me? Because she must have
yes,
the one
we
that she sent
we
to
can
the,
send
okay.
it to you.
Got it.
Facebook too.
Great.
I have an image on Canva I'm gonna share with you guys. We should probably get a joint account going anyway, so we can all use the same stuff. You know?
That's awesome. Yeah,
So send that to you
please.
and you, Jeannie,
No,
copy
she
it?
can share. Either way, doesn't matter.
Okay, so it will be in the paper. I know it's in the Journal. I seen it this morning in the Journal. We're on yard waste. We had a critical breakdown yesterday of one of our yard waste trucks. Cooler, it disabled the truck. We had to have it towed back. So our backup truck, our oldest one that we, have ordered a new truck to replace last year. Our truck isn't even built in the factory yet. That's also broke down with major issues. So we're out with one Packer today. So I know we're still on regular schedule. So they're in they made it through zone 3 yesterday, but zone 4 is probably gonna take today and tomorrow. So if you get any calls up here about yard waste, we're working with a breakdown and we're continuing to go through until we can complete the zone. And hopefully by some Hail Mary, we can get one of the second trucks up and running for next week, because things are gonna be getting heavy now. Well, they never really lightened up all summer. It was extraordinarily heavy for 2 trucks to finish, so. My guys, yeah, it's strange, but there was a lot of stuff. So, my guys will, given that we could get the parts, we'll work late to get them things up and going. They're crucial to what we do, so we'll do what we have to do to get us in shape, so. Right. Yeah. And it, like I say, we ordered that last January and it hasn't even gone through the factory to be built. So still has to go through the factory, still has to be upfitted with a Packer body. So we'd be lucky to see it before next season. And that's why when I purchase things, you know, we have to look at, well, a year or more in times, and, you know, when your expectancy is, you know, when they get wore down, that's the importance of the purchases, is that we can continue on. You know, we know, we look at them, we evaluate them, and, you know, maybe we can patch them together to get another year out of them, but, you know, in this environment of purchasing now, you know, we're on borrowed time with a lot of stuff that I look to replace, so that's the importance. I know sometimes we buy a lot of big dollar items, and, you know, but when you have nothing and it impacts your daily workings, then you're worse off.
Yeah.
So that's that, but, I'll keep you updated. I'll text you on that, and Aaron as well, as far as where we stand with them.
One of them up and running.
Yeah, because even one running, you know, you have an issue with that. Now you got
Yeah.
none running.
And
So
I'm done.
we understand that it's very crucial to keep these things going. Number 5, third round has been completed of the paving, so that will complete the 2024 paving schedule for this year. The guys did a great job. My crews, Matt's crews, everybody worked together. You know, a lot goes into this, complete, going through the infrastructure before we pave the roads, so that they don't have to be dug up once we pave the roads. Helps keeps the longevity. So for as much roads as we pave, the infrastructure has all been checked, repaired, whatever needs to be done. So, it's a big undertaking for both departments to, you know,
Yeah.
raise all the manholes, hundreds and hundreds of manholes
Right. And
to
then
raise.
drainage basins, it might be
Yeah.
needing adjusting and that.
Well, they all need adjusting,
Yeah.
so that's in the hundreds, so. A lot of work by these guys. They did a great job. So they'll be finishing up, they started landscaping over there yesterday and getting some hydro seed down. I think there's 3 or 4 driveway aprons that we have to adjust to accommodate, water. So that's just standard practice, with a new road. So 3 or 4 out of 100 driveways to make it right is the
Yeah.
right thing to do, so. The guys, again, did a really great job there. Number 6, just town board resolution hiring the grounds worker. I will, if I have a name, we'll get that to Elena sooner than later. Number 7 is a purchase of a used forklift. This is something that we budgeted for in 2024. So we have budgeted 25,000 for a used forklift, and we found one, and Ken, my clerk, my part-time clerk in my office, has negotiated. That's down to about $19,350. So
What did you have budgeted?
25,000.
There's
So-
that tree you gotta take down.
Different fund.
Wheeling and dealing.
You know, but every little bit helps.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
does.
it's a used item. And the reason we didn't, they were all a tad over 25 last year when we got the money. So, being in this business, you know, we wait to, so they got a used forklift that they're gonna have to sit on all winter long, so. We wait, we monitor, we sit and watch prices go up and down, so. He was able to, get this was close to 25,000 or 24,000 something. And, he negotiated this down to 19,350, so.
Crazy.
Yeah, actually, it's in Buffalo, but we're buying it from the local store, so they'll ship it down to us, yeah. Huh? Yes, that price we would need a reso, and I'll give this to Janet, the copy of these for her finance agenda. Cause it has to go through finance as well, so. And then, number 8 is a purchase of a street broom. So street broom is a smaller 3-wheeled broom that we use for paving process, milling. When we have it, we do the bike path occasionally or small parking lots and stuff like that, so. We have been renting them forever. The price has increased quite a bit. We found a used one. I have the money for it. And would like to purchase that.
It's a standalone or attachment?
No, it's a standalone. It's small 3-wheeled. When they were milling, you probably have seen it out on the road. Just like that. That's it.
You've been renting this piece of.
We've rented them forever, Bill. We've probably rented them 20+ years. And the prices have just gone through the roof. This is actually the unit that we rented this year and we were comfortable with it. It ran good. We know the machine. And we were able to get it again. Kenny negotiated that down from, they wanted, over 14,000 for it and he was able to get it for 12,000.
You have money budgeted? for
Yes,
this?
I do.
That's also resident.
So these are, I'm getting updated quotes. They didn't come in time, but we hammered this out and got these prices, so. Yeah, all right. And that's that. Open discussion if anybody has anything for me.
Meeting a little bit earlier, but it was my hope that next week you, me and Aaron could meet and hammer out some of the details as far as the yard waste changes to the
That's a good
code,
idea.
and then potentially have that on for introduction of a local law at the town board meeting, and then we can call for the public hearing on it. So it's not, and once we start going through the process, realistically, it's not gonna help us like
Right.
this season, but it will for the following season. So
Yeah,
that way we can-
I think
I
that,
want to be on it. This is the go.
But you're out next week, so can we meet internally and put something
Yeah,
together and then bring you in?
yeah,
Yeah, I
us
wouldn't
do-
put it on without you looking at it, but I'm just thinking we can meet and.
let us do the logistics and stuff,
Yeah,
the
right.
items that have come forth with us. And then we can do add-ons when.
Yeah.
When Bill's here, if we didn't address something that we, yeah. Absolutely, yeah, so if you just said something, I'd be more than happy. You know what days I'm available.
Right.
Later the better.
Anything else? Thing we need to look forward to or not?
I can't think of anything. Also, these 8 o'clock meetings, really. Brain's not just, coffee's just kicking in. I need 10 more minutes.
Right, we can always come back to it.
Well, yeah, I don't hesitate to shout out in the middle of a meeting.
Anything from you? So. Soccer goes to what, the end of October?
End of October. Oh, and I'm gonna order those parts for the pickleball net.
Yep.
So we can discuss possibly new ones for next year, but
Right, we talked about that.
yeah, we'll just fix them up. And how late do those nets stay out?
Usually once it gets fall and the leaves start filling the thing and it
Okay.
becomes impossible to keep it clean,
Got
we
it,
usually
okay.
lock it up.
That's speaking of that, basketball hoops.
They're currently working on the bleachers at football. So basketball is the next. We did have a request that they wanted to move in a little bit, but I'm. Huh?
Yeah.
We're talking about skirting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
because of a concern over the back edge, so.
they walk that back. Change the whole.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna put them at regulation. And we'll make the concerns that they have over the edge, whether we have to extend that or clearly mark out of bounds, whatever. There's ways of doing it. So we'll address that as well.
I think the resident had brought that up about bringing it in to save you work from having to pave around, but if it's not an issue for you, then. I'm happy.
And Ray, did you connect with the guy with the paving for the bleachers?
The what?
That was gonna. The
Are you
guy,
talking about Jerry?
it was either Jerry or Pete.
I
right?
talked to Pete this morning about it, and he understands why he's appreciative, so they can at least use the bleachers for this season. 'Cause I don't
So
think-
what we did in that instance, originally the football had agreed to put the concrete pads underneath them. Due to time that it is football time, we're putting the new bleachers in place, which are assembled and can be moved up to the side. But we did prep the site properly so that all they have to do is put more. We even set the elevation, Parks did, set the elevation so that the new forms can go right on top of the crusher run we put in. And they just have to be poured. And then you slide the new bleachers back on them again and you're done. So
They look,
we did the legwork to make sure that the elevations were equal with the building, so it will all come together when that time comes. But we just wanted to make them usable and accessible for them, so.
he took a really good one. I'll send it to you.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
great. And the only other thing is secure.
Photoshop me out of it.
He's like,
Soccer is asking if they could just do like a kind of end of season, kind of follow-up meeting with you and me and just talk about spring and that kind of stuff. And just if I could get some dates with you to talk,
Okay,
if that's all right.
give me something to think about all winter.
Yeah. So for possibly next week, if you have some time.
All right, well, that will segue right into recreation with Lori, community programs.
First, I want to welcome our new supervisor. Congratulations.
I know, I'm just being introduced to everybody.
Okay, driving range fall hours. The driving range closes this weekend for the season. We've had an amazing season due to the great weather, and a shout out to Raina's crew for keeping it maintained and faces a little gem. Needs a little love next year, but besides that,
This
not on your part.
this is the last weekend.
This is the last weekend. So thank you so much. Fall movie nights, the next one we have coming up, well, the first one, The Jungle Book, which was last weekend, and it was a huge success. We had over 70 people, which is more than we've ever had. And the next movie is October 4th, which is Tangled, and then 10/25, which is Hocus Pocus, which we're asking kids to come in costume, and it'll kind of segue into our Halloween weekends. We're looking forward to it. And this is all thanks to a generous grant from Schenectady County. And the movies will begin at dusk, and the times are on the flyers that I've last the week before, so. Next is Socktoberfest. I don't know if anyone has seen the box in the lobby, but we're collecting brand new socks for local youth community use. This collection is in conjunction with Things of My Very Own. The bin will be down there until October 31st. So this is a really wonderful event, and I hope everybody participates. And I'll be blasting this for all of our, you'll be hearing a lot about Socktober. This year will be our first time, hopefully, in the Schenectady County Parade. So excited. Ray is gonna get us a flatbed, and Jeannie and I are gonna work on a float. And we're hoping to talk to Jordan and ask him if we can have it housed, like, placed in the back of the parking lot, because I don't have room in my driveway, and neither does Jean, so we can decorate it. We won't get in anybody's way. and then just be in the parade. So we're so excited because I was been watching the past 2 years and Niskuna really doesn't have a presence in that parade except for the police and fire department, or the fire department. So, no, so we are gonna be the first.
So is there a theme and then you're gonna do a float?
There's no theme this year. It's whatever you want. So we're thinking Candyland because we don't really have a budget. So we're trying to keep it
That'd be easy to do. with
Yes.
a Low budget. That's a good idea.
absolutely
Yeah.
inexpensive as possible, but still price.
Mhm.
So,
We've already been thinking.
yeah,
Lori's gonna take care of towing, so that.
yeah, my husband's gonna pull. Too thrilled about it, but he's gonna pull with his.
I had requested that.
Yeah, they,
You know,
Well,
that
what
comes-
size is
yeah, 16 feet.
it?
yes,
So it can be pulled by a regular SUV, right? Okay, yeah.
as
So,
long as the cops are with you, you'll be. No, yeah, no, we told them we'd pick up truck.
okay, all right. So
If you can tell
giving you
your folks,
updates
you
on
can
that.
tell that.
We're super excited about this. Super excited. Oh, and the date of that is Saturday, November 23rd. So I expect to see everybody down there. And Jeannie and I will be on the float waving. And dancing.
What's the date on that?
November 23rd, it's a Saturday.
I'm so glad they switched it from the Saturday after
Oh.
Thanksgiving, right? It used to be so
Yes.
hard to get there.
It is hard because I don't know about you guys. What? You know, I was watching the floats from last year. It didn't look like they were throwing candy.
Last year.
Well, you're gonna check with the rule.
No, I think it's nice.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
didn't go last year.
It was a
The last
couple
two
of
years
years
last
ago,
year.
that easily
Yeah.
amazing, those years.
No, last year was beautiful.
I think they might have some rules about that.
All right.
I'm bringing all of the donate some, but.
There's other ways around it.
That's right. Our ski club is back in business again this year at West Mountain for grades 9 to 12. Registration is now open on the website or on West Mountain website, but the bus registration is on Rec One. Spots are limited, so please do not delay. It's always a
It's a
full
great
event.
time.
Yeah, it is a great time. We also need volunteers, so if you volunteer, you can ski for free. Just putting it out there. I know somebody here
I have
has
done that.
participated.
Like chaperone volunteers?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. There's not much chaperone.
No,
There.
not really.
2 days. but
That's right.
you-
When are you open up the bus on the?
The bus is open now. It's on Rec One.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one is on Rec One. and
Yeah,
then
the other one you have
do
to go
West
through West
Mountain.
Mountain. Yes. And Jean?
So, and we are doing our annual Halloween parade, but we're really bumping it up this year. So we're calling it a Halloween parade spook fest, which we're having the kids parade around, but they're going to be stopping at all little tables that are gonna be hopefully sponsored by local businesses and clubs.
And trick or treating.
And trick or treating around it. And then hopefully I will be going to the police and safety committee meeting to talk to Jordan about their open house that they're gonna do.
Yeah.
And they will be parading right into the open house. Yes, and the traffic pattern, but we already have, I think, 3 clubs signed up and a business. So we're gonna make it fun. We're having Mr. Pumpkinhead come. We're having DJ Witch-a-Lot, who is our own Lori. So we're
We'll be
gonna have
up on the
music
balcony,
and fun
spinning
and
tunes.
games and crafts. So it's going to be really fun. We're really making town hall the place to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we had 70 people at our last movie event. We're really bumping up things here. So it's gonna be really a fun event. And that is on October 27th. It's a Sunday, 3 to 5. So that's gonna be really fun. Come in costume. We're gonna be in costume. It's gonna be really fun. Our Veterans Day Memorial will be on Friday, November 8th at 9:15. We're going to have it again in with the school, and so we'll have the singers again coming, which will be so nice. And we're having it with the with Mike from the Veterans
Yep.
Hall.
DFW.
VFW will be coming to that event, which will be wonderful. I think it's 9:15.
The school, is it here?
It's here. Yes, it'll be right outside the memorial. Yep. And
Well, I know
We had
some of the
something else.
retired guys I have that help build that, they like to come to that, so I can notify them.
It's many people, I'm hoping that we'll have some seniors come to
We
that.
we have advertised it, so yeah, so when we'll announce it again.
That'd be great. And I think that's all I have.
Oh, is it? And then just for the future, the tree lighting is December fifth.
What are you gonna do for a tree?
This is better not be, you always provide me with the best trees.
When is it? December?
December 5th.
Drag that one over. You said December 5th?
Yes,
Time is at
5 o'clock, and the singers will be there as well, just like last year, it's another magical event. Pardon me? I'll dress up as a tree. Pardon me?
What time is it?
We met with baseball club also recently and had a very productive conversation with them. They've had some change in their administration, I guess, at the club. And they're looking to try to work with the town to better the program and remain in running the program themselves. And so I told them that we would bring that to the board, but it is my recommendation based on our conversation that I think that we can work with them. They need a license agreement. I did make that clear that they would need to sign a new license agreement and we would have to have certain measures in place to make sure that certain issues that have happened in the recent past don't happen again. But they seem committed to working with us and ensuring that we'll have a productive season next year without any issues. So if the board is amended to that, we might have a tentative resolution. I had suggested meeting next week or the week after to further have discussions on what that would look like. But they also have a travel program that they need to have a license agreement for as well, regardless of the rec. So
Yeah, Lena did a wonderful job.
good.
And softball has a tournament in River Road Park this weekend, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
But we do still need to revisit that because we still have no payment at all
Yeah.
for them.
So I don't know how we can talk about setting up a meeting. I was just thinking we should be over for the bathrooms of the weekend. I'll check in with them, see how many porta potties they got too. I don't know how many they're expecting.
50 or
Yeah,
one for every 50
I'll
people.
send out an email
Okay,
today.
all right. I saw him this morning too. I forgot to ask him about it.
How does that get coordinated
Which one?
with Ray and all this?
No, I do all
softball
that.
stuff? You're
Yeah,
doing
no,
all
yeah.
that? Okay. So
Ray
you're-
just gets called.
Yeah, they just all the. Smiths, they just call me on Saturday.
Usually do is I do send out a reminder, of 50 people, there should be one porta potty for every 50
Yes.
attendees. Not, and so I remind them and I send out an email for that. Whether that is being abided by, I don't know.
Well, and
So-
we had issues with the last tournament they had there, problems with the bathrooms. And then do we send, the reason I ask about that is he notified, is Jordan notified, so that we know, that's an increase in traffic and people and stuff like that. So best that keep everybody, if you will, in the loop that that's going on there, right?
Yes. There is,
Okay.
I think for next year, there needs to be, probably stronger language and maybe some guidelines that need to be put in.
So that they have, he emails me and Jeannie both, and you too, right? Jonathan does, Jonathan George?
Well, that's soccer.
Oh, where you
Soccer
got,
is-
where's the tournament? River Road? Oh, okay.
Soccer. They.
Yeah, he's
very
literally made, some recommendations. He's willing to do the work. He trying to spruce the place up, so
He's
we've
fantastic.
been trying to work with them too. He really cares about the facility and has done.
Oh, he came
A lot.
over and helped Julie with her nets and he's
Yeah.
wonderful.
No,
Yeah.
he actually really has been trying to do, he always asks permission if he can do these things, so I think we're on a pretty good track over there. I think a little different.
It's trying.
We'll get there.
But we have, Ray and I have been talking about maybe some possibilities of ways to work on parking issues and things for over at River Road. Maybe figuring out some boulders or things that we could possibly do.
I mean, it's nothing that's gonna,
But
Tow
Instead
truck.
of you come in with a tow truck, people will be moving their cars.
yes, but
Yeah.
then that becomes more of a police issue. Like I'm trying to think of ways.
it's nothing that's gonna happen overnight,
No.
but if we're gonna continue at this pace, other accommodations are going to have to be made.
Well, we talked about this.
Yeah, many times.
But I was looking at some things that Schenectady had to do with their land, so they had to actually, they put things there because that's the only thing that stopped.
Now, I know their
Parking.
last tournament that they had, they really did try to accommodate parking over to school and walking through the trails. Because they reached out to me. I mean, but they're even still at that, the park was full of cars, so.
Are they doing the same size tournament this weekend?
That I do not know.
These are the things we want, we need to know.
Maybe not though.
Oh,
'cause it's
yeah.
all wall.
Yeah.
But
Later
they
usually.
did actually listen to the recommendations that they had given.
Did they put signage or instruct their teams and the parents, where this additional parking
I
was?
think they actually probably did it internal. I didn't see anything external, but I did see a lot of people coming through the woods and they did reach out and said, because they had to worry about, there was a piece of caution tape left there from when the sewer was run through. And that was just something that happened to be tied to a tree and a wind must have broke it loose and it was hanging there. So I just went over and took it down, but they asked, they had concerns. So I went over, made sure it was good to go and that's what it was. And I took the tape down. So they did try to, go a different route. So.
She was having it this week, let's deal with it more, but the Mohawk Hudson for marathon also will be passing through on the bike path October 13th. And we usually do a resolution to enter into an agreement with them because they pay overtime for police and whatnot,
Is
but
that agreement ready though?
no, because they kept me off, they emailed me until like last week that you've added me on, so I didn't email you.
In fairness, they really tried to fix it because of the issues from last year.
Well, I know, but they still have to, I mean, I deal with them every single year and do an agreement, and it's the same people, so they should have known too.
That's the
Yeah,
Mohawk Hudson.
yeah.
Yeah, I
What,
even
do you know what
they-
area?
So they changed the route this year because we were having issues with the race starting in the town. We just don't have the capacity to handle it. So they moved it back to Anthony Road, I think.
It's in the
And,
city.
but they do have Aqueduct closed, a portion of Aqueduct closed for the start at least of it. So
started in Central Park.
They used
that used to be, they used to
Yeah.
come down my.
Yeah.
Down
No, they
Manhattan.
changed that.
This is a nice start.
It changed the.
So that I can inspect it and make sure, yeah. That's, we need to go down and if it needs sweeping, we try to sweep it. Thank you. I appreciate that, because normally, hey, it comes out to me on Friday and I'm like, yeah, at 2:00.
GE have that Black and Lions Park, so.
So it's the whole like that, it's the whole path and start that, okay. In the city,
Joe.
in the city. By where Merkins is, down behind the Gazette building, they start.
Like, if you started in Central Park to begin with, and now you're starting further up, how are they getting?
I think it impacted too many main roads, like they had to close Van Antwerp, they had to close,
Shifting, down, like from Aqueduct all the way up this way versus straight over.
Got it, okay,
Yeah.
that's what
wonder
you're
if it's
getting.
still a bus.
They can't get out of John Paul. And they can-
They had a lot of conversations, the route, because
That's why it
Because
happened
of that.
last year.
It has changed many times, and I think it's because of impact, and especially like Aqueduct Road, when they can't come off the bridge and go around the circle and go. Up there, yeah. They drive in circles all day.
That puts it together gives, they're supposed to give notices to all the residents along, like where the road's closed and whatnot, but we should probably put something out that just like notifies people.
This is
That,
the time.
right,
Or
right.
if they have a website, direct them to their website for information, right?
Yeah.
Because we have an issue sometimes with spectators that just park their car on the side of the road and take off running and and catch somebody in the race.
Her.
Okay, that's good that came.
Yeah, thank you for that.
And I don't think I have any resolution.
Right.
Yeah,
It
maybe.
could go either way, but so it'll either have to be a retro resolution, or if we end up calling for a special meeting for any particular reason, then I will add it onto that.
This is getting bad. Now Elena's fine.
You're supposed to give her words.
If you give her a bridge here, you're just getting even.
First, I want to say thanks to Ray and the your highway crew for our painted arrows. They're lovely. Never been so excited about arrows.
Did you see your new sign? You got it up yesterday.
So excited. I was gonna say thanks for the fourth time.
We're out of one ways. We just put road closed.
It just worked. Thank you very much. That's a
Welcome. You got that up yesterday.
Good job.
Yeah.
Keep it quiet for a little bit. New list out on Monday. I know.
We had an art reception, on Tuesday. We have, an art wall, much like we do here kind of down in the boardroom. We have an art wall at the center. And we had a variety of artists that came in from the art barn, and it was all kind of like gently but tactile. So, you could kind of touch and feel. And we did an art reception on Tuesday. It was very well received. We had 4 artists that actually came and hung out for a while to talk with everybody. Our members were thrilled. We had friends of those artists and the coordinator for the art barn. And it was a very nice turnout, and I think very appreciated. So we did meet with one of our candidates for Vito's position. It's like a kitchen drive-through assistant position. We are still taking applications for another week or so. So if anybody's interested, please give us a call.
And
We'd
Jean's
love to-
updated a flyer. She's
Beautiful. I noticed the flyer downstairs. Thank you very much. That
Oh,
was
you're
very
welcome. Yeah, I
nice.
just wanted to make it easier.
I see the color. I saw the color right
Yeah.
away. So thank you. That's all very, very helpful. So, we did talk to Colette, of the travel group, and I asked Ryan to reach out to you.
He did, and I
Okay.
emailed him back, I had not yet heard.
Okay, so I did explain to him that they're scheduled to come in on Tuesday, the first, to do a presentation, and that hinges on how successful you guys.
I did get that, I got back
I
from the same
figured
day
you
I heard
did.
from him, so,
I figured you did.
I mean, do you wanna explain what it is, and then I can kind of explain?
Generally speaking, yes. So the, Colette is a travel group. There are senior centers in the area that work with them. They have a book full of different destinations. They put on larger trips, and they, to a degree, they coordinate the bulk of that. So they would come in and do a presentation to our public. This particular trip is for Portugal. And, it's not quite a week long, and all of those details will be covered once we get them in for the presentation. And then people can sign up over time. It doesn't go off until 2025. There is, there is a percentage that comes back to us based on the marketing that we do. They do also ask for some level of administration, which right now we're not in a position to do. So that, that money that comes back to us might be cut in half until we get our feet on the ground and we get familiar with it, comfortable with it, and we get back up to full staff.
because somebody's taking over for that part of it.
Well, so the option would be that he does work with a local travel agent, and this one particular person is very savvy in this, and she would be the liaison between us and Colette. which for now might be the answer, just to get off and started. And then next year, maybe we can change that. So some people just do a trip a year, some people do a couple trips a year. I know Clifton Park and Glenville are actively working with Colette. I'm gonna reach out to Glenville, I think, and see what I can find out.
This is
And
exciting because
it
I
is,
heard
it's
some seniors
interesting.
talk about how they'll go to there and do that through the other senior clubs. And I wondered how it works. So it's really
So we
cool.
were excited when he just walked in and passed we did not know about it, so we were like.
My questions were more like what is the town, you know, are we just a meeting ground? What liability do we
Yeah, I think it is
have?
a
Do they have
go-between.
insurance that covers us? Do the other municipalities they work with have the participants sign like a hold harmless agreement for the town? Like mine, obviously my concern's more liability, like if something happens over in Portugal,
Sure.
we're not gonna be on the hook here.
So
So
it's our understanding that they take all of that, but we would feel much better when civilians come.
right, so I sent him those questions. I'm just waiting to hear back.
Reach out to Glenville or you know somebody there. So I would
You know, people,
find
so
out.
she's reluctant to chat, but
Yeah.
we tried anyways. So, yeah, so just to see, you know, it's a different setup, the way they operate, but, you know, we're just talking about this particular, you know, item, so we'll see how it goes. So more to come.
Exciting.
Yeah, if we have to push it off a week, we'll push it off a week, but it could be an interesting, you know, item, so, or, you know, addition to our program. We had a member who passed recently, Betty Baumgartner. She was a lovely person. Her family's fantastic. She was not until she was 60 years old that she started kind of delving into the art world. And she's phenomenal. She has a showing over at the library right now. And her granddaughter approached us and she's like, I have to sell the house and so on and so forth. And she offered up some furniture. And we have this beautiful antique couch. And Robin took a picture of it and the three of us were just like, we gotta figure this out. So we rearranged some stuff and we were able to take it into our foyer. So it is kind of like a little showpiece in our foyer.
Do we have to do a reserve to accept the donation? No, okay, good.
Okay, and so I just want to make
It's
sure, but
beautiful.
please step on by. We're
Oh,
always
nice,
trying to
yeah.
keep it warm and comfortable and seasonal and whatnot. So, big thank you to the family because they're really lovely and sweet. Yeah, we're happy to be able to do that. We are putting together our quarterly newsletter. We will probably finalize that today and that will blast out to our senior group. If we can do it townwide, it would be kind of nice.
Yes.
Okay, because that, it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's only 4 times a year. It's kind of.
That's
Do they have room they could put the yard waste thing on there too as well, or no?
Hey, no, we would do that for you.
Oh, I'm just wondering if
It's
if
actually
it's
really-
going, those are the most
get
people
those
that
phone
have
calls.
struggle with the,
You're joking.
really? What are you thinking?
We can let us look at that.
If you have room or shrink it and maybe just, maybe the part Aaron did, the informational,
It is very good information.
It is good
Not
information.
really.
And it's-
great idea, well.
I was just saying, I'll share, we should probably have a joint like folder in Canva so we can just,
Yes.
that way you can pick apart designs and.
That's perfect, yeah.
pieces. Yeah, I wrote that note too, so I'll make sure.
If it messes their letter up, don't do it. I'm just saying. if-
Love that idea. It just gives people
So we can
good
flush
recall
it
of what they're looking at.
That would be great. That would be we are today, we're doing a Pollock event. It's an art event. Yeah. Now, do you know? Yeah. Okay. So it's like paint all over the place. I'm having a heart attack. Edie's like, it'll be fine. So, we're doing that today and it is well thought out. We have 2 local artists. They are fantastic to work with. They're very organized, they're very careful, they're very considerate of us. And so right now we have 12 people and they'll be coming down at 12:30 after lunch and we'll be setting this up. So moving tables, setting up very carefully. But it should be a lot of fun and we're really looking forward to it. So you'll see pictures.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
will.
say, take some pictures, I gotta see
Definitely
it.
take pictures for sure, because it could be interesting. And then quickly, I'll run through, I know you don't like quickly, but I gotta do quickly, and you guys are gonna kill me. I just wanna run through the October, calendar real quick. So I'm gonna remind everybody, first Friday of every month is Alzheimer's Association. We are getting more and more calls from people. We always have that phone number on the back of our calendar. You should always call them. Always feel free to make an appointment. It can be on that first Friday or something completely separate, but it's a need. We have a blood drive scheduled for Monday, October 7th. It is at the senior center. It is from 1 to 6 p.m. All of the information, it should be online. It should be, it's with us.
Sit
in
down
our
on the board and
calendar.
get a nice post.
Thank
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send that one to you too. Like,
Really nice.
I love it.
Perfect. So that'll take place. They usually come in around 11. That's the one day. I do have to reach out to pickleball and let them know, our 1 o'clock exercise class is still on. It comes downstairs. We do punt on the, pickleball because they come in a little early and they set up shop upstairs. So, and then between Jason and I, and whoever's available, whether it's you, Robin, we just kind of cover the bases. And they're very self-sufficient and they've done a very good job. They've been respectful.
And there, so what time?
6 o'clock.
6
1 to 6. I think you call ahead of time to schedule your appointment. And that way they can keep things moving. Tom's Computer Clinic is very popular. We have a lot of people coming in and asking. So I will just remind you that he's the first and the third Tuesdays of every month from 9 to noon. And he's upstairs in the computer room. And Josh was over and he gave us a little love as far as printers and whatnot.
Josh is
So,
great.
yeah, he's been helpful. And he's working with Edie so that we can put together a nice relationship because we do so much of our own communications. So and he's been great.
Yeah.
Our Qigong, if you just notice on the schedule, it's a little bit abbreviated this month because we have Columbus Day and then we are off that, we're not off, but she is not doing her class on the 21st. So she'll be the 7th and the 28th. Those are Mondays. We have a lot of art, really good stuff. On Saturday, October 19th, SAS is coming in and they're doing their cold wax painting. So there is a fee associated with that. It's 10:30 to 2:30. Give us a call so we can get you signed up. We have, this is in-house on Thursday, 12:30, an art class mosaics. And we're doing that on Thursday, the 24th, and that's gonna be cool. We have a table that looks horrible. And we have, we're building an edge around that and they're gonna do that. Put the mosaic at the top. So it's gonna be very neat. Yeah, and then we'll have that table to use. Enjoy. We have, 2 other things. Mahjong tournament. It's our fall tournament. This is the second one of this year. It's Saturday, October 26th from 9 to noon. There is a wait list, but give us a call anyways, because you just never know. So we started with 30 in the spring. We're going to do 24 this fall. And then, we always do a post game on these events anyways, just to kind of
That's
have
great.
what worked, what didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And
Meeting company, $100.
oh, I know. Yes.
I think it's 150, but it's a lot.
100.
For
It is.
meeting companies awesome.
They're a great little place. Every time I'm up in that area, it just smells.
Such a nice guy.
They get me in the door all the time. Holiday meal. We're already talking about holiday meal. It's crazy. I can't believe it's October. Our holiday meal, we tend to do one big meal, one event, and it kind of bridges the gap between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Right now, we have it scheduled for Thursday, December 12th. We've already reached out to Mrs. Catalina Pizzino, or Pizzino Catalano, right?
Yeah.
And her choral group is working to be there. We like to have them
They're
first,
awesome.
and then we go down to have.
Awesome.
Yeah, and her group is phenomenal.
She's
So
phenomenal.
I just can't say enough. I love her. So big fan. Looking forward to it. I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Any one more?
That was a lot.
Okay, all right, and thank you very much.
Our next meeting, November 7th. Wow. Election day is the 5th. November 7th is the meeting at 8 a.m.
Yeah, it would be Tuesday.
All right, motion to adjourn. Second.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Very productive.
Done.